The Repented Old Woman. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a woman called Mama Achieng. She was feared throughout the region, not because of what she said, but because of the power she wielded as the feared village witch. For many years, Mama Achieng ruled the darkness. She performed sinister rites under the moonlight, casting curses on enemies, controlling harvests, and using charms to manipulate the hearts of villagers. Families lived in fear when she walked among them, whispering prayers to protect themselves from her spells. Crops withered when she cursed the fields. Livestock died under her black magic. Families were torn apart because of jealousy she conjured. But the worst of all was her grip on the village's youngest children. Under her spells, some became ill, others lost their smiles, until one fateful night, she broke something inside her own heart. Late one evening, Mama Achieng was struck by a sudden, excruciating pain in her chest. She collapsed, convulsing under the full moon. In her agony, she caught sight of a traveling preacher from a nearby church, stepping into the village square. The preacher, Father Samuel, held a Bible and began to sing a hymn of hope and healing. The villagers gathered. Some clutched their rosaries, others wept. At that moment, Mama Achieng felt warmth unlike any other. She heard the clear, simple truth of forgiveness, mercy, and new life in Christ. And in her brokenness, she surrendered. The next morning, Mama Achieng awoke shivering, not from fear, but from hope. She fell to her knees before Father Samuel and confessed every evil deed she had done, every curse, severed family, and stolen soul. Tears poured from her eyes. The villagers gasped in disbelief. The feared witch was repenting. Father Samuel led her in prayer, tears glistening in his own eyes. They prayed, not as witch and preacher, but as broken souls bound by a common need for grace. Mama Achieng was baptized that very week. Taking the name Grace, she became an outspoken believer, daily sharing her testimony of darkness turned into light. She would stand outside the church and say to anyone who would listen, "I walked through darkness, but he reached down and lifted me up." Her words carried weight. No sermon could compare to the authenticity of her voice. Her eyes, once cold and fearful, now shone with the peace of Christ.